Welcome to episode 14 of this Let's Play series. My name is DasTactic, and we just finished off. We just got defeated, heavily defeated, with our DasTactic rocker. Sort of tried to run away along with just one of the steel shapers. They don't make it actually. When they do run away, they basically get destroyed if they unless they actually you end up winning the fight. But in this case, we actually did lose, and so all of our main army has now been basically destroyed. So we don't really have a hope in hell at this point in time of coming back, which is a problem for us because that's basically game over to a large degree. There's still things we can do. Let's just go and close it. Oh, by the way, I did mean to give information about in the last battle, like in the last episode when we did play the battle, I couldn't cast any spells. I still don't know exactly why I couldn't do it. I've spoken to Triumph about it. They're going to have a look into it as well. I've given them the save files and so on and so forth. I did actually replay it as well, by the way, and actually did win the battle, but still lost so many forces. And really, Artica has now just got such a massive army coming. It's really like it's basically just going to be a grind from this point forward, unless. Yeah, it's essentially that's what's going to happen. Now, the correct move at this point in time would be to try to get everyone underground. So that would be sort of like the way that we would then need to be sort of pushing it through to be able to try to sort of save ourselves back in through here. I might just give that one a bit of a go. I think from this point forward, because of the way things are going, I'm just going to allow the game to essentially try to, I'm just going to auto battle all the battles from this point forward. Now, I've got mirror fields back in through there. This is where they're getting their astral keepers from, but we won't be doing anything with that one. Just move that one down as well. See if we can try to get underground here. Oh, it's occupied on the other side. Oh no, it's not. Move her into the areas around this underground passage. So this is where we need to be protecting this area. Now, I don't know if she'll be able to break through here. This is sort of like one of these things where this is now the correct play, but I will make this the last episode of the series because I wanted to do a short series to sort of show what the game has got. That's actually not too bad there, so we'll leave that one where that is. I don't know if I can get anything else downstairs. Oh, we've still got this as well. Okay, let's just go back down. Okay, and we'll come back with that one. Just leave them there. So it should mean that just one of their stacks has to then take on 3 of mine. That would be sort of the way it would then sort of tend to work. We'll just go back up. So I'm just going to now rush through. I don't know if we'll be able to make it back home properly. Let's just give it a go and see if we can. So we're now leaving them behind. They'll come after us, probably destroy these 2 armies that are sitting back in through here. They can move much faster on the snow than what I can. We also have a group that I think is protecting... Yeah, I've still got one group back over here to protect that particular zone. I might just take these 2 guys, and our leader is now off the map, and so we're not going to be able to do any actual spell casting or anything along those lines. Okay, leave them where they are. Yep, so summon irregulars, spell ready. It's not going to do anything. Because now we no longer have any access. So the remains. This is interesting actually. So we've now been forced into the void. So we're no longer able to do anything. This is where we lost the battle. We also had lost Lima Warbringer. Was taken by Artico, and so she has now been taken back to the crypt. Now was she? I didn't read whether she was killed or captured, but whichever one it is, she'll either be in the prison at Flint Wall or in the crypt at Flint Wall, which we haven't looked at actually much. Did we? I think we may have just done that one briefly when we took over one of the other places, but I can't remember exactly if we did do that. I think we may have. Anyway, that's where our hero is, and then they can basically sort of sell the body and then get the equipment that was actually on that particular hero. I love this idea. It doesn't just mean you kill it and that's the end of it. You've really got like a whole progression of things that you now need to do. Nothing in here is going to help us. We'll just close that one. Now we've got a bit of gold. I'll just keep the war breed coming. Just for the sake of it, I could actually no. I'll leave it. Just leave it where it is. I can't even. I can't actually hurry the recruitment, but let's not do that. So we'll leave the production where it is. I won't do anything at this point in time. Just get other merchandise. We're just going to need money, so we'll get that one in through there. Right there is so Oraculum has now been relieved again. Unfortunately for us. God, it's a good game. It's such a good game. Anyway, let's end our turn here. So we should see. I'm assuming that these guys will be then overrun. The two groups we actually have in through this side. They will protect each other to a degree, but we'll see what actually happens here. Here they come. So, and I'm just going to auto battle these because I just wanted to sort of show what the game will now do. I don't think we can actually win this, but we've got some pretty powerful units in amongst this, but we've got, like, really, they're so strong. We've got 938 versus their 3,287. They've got a few of their heroes now involved. They've got Valdor's Skull Stomper, and they've also then got Mormidus Beamstar as well. Two of their high-level heroes. We've just got no heroes in through here. We'll allow the AI to use spells in combat, but because our hero is in the void, it doesn't make any difference because it's not going to actually do anything. Auto combat, and bang, gone. Did they lose anything at all? No, they didn't. They did lose a little bit of health, but that's about it. Okay, so that one's done. Now what are they going to do? Okay, next turn. Foreign Wonders. I'm not going to worry about these. I'll just click on anything at this stage. I just want this to sort of hurry up. Hurry up, hurry up. We can't do anything because we're in the void. We've got a hero offer. I can't afford any of these, I don't think. Oh, I can afford one of these. Got a healer. There we go. We'll recruit you. Not for any great reason, but now how are we going with the build here? One more turn we get the war breed. Let's just leave that one where that is. With the healer in here, what I might do is I might just go and bring one of these across the other side and bring the healer across into this group. All right. So now this is I think is pretty much our only chance. We just need to connect this one up with one of the other cities. So that's okay. We'll be back from the void in a turn or two. All right. We'll just end our turn. Okay, they're not doing anything. That's interesting. Again, they may realise that they just don't have, and we're now back in action. Here we are. So this was, like, we've now established a block where they really can't break back in. It's going to be very difficult for them. And so this is sort of like where the underground passages can be quite useful. They can only bring one force down, and then they have to take on 3 of mine. So I don't think that they can do it. I can now start to summon irregulars again, so we'll just go and do that. Now the other option, if they could break through, they would then either, they tend to sort of come in and take over the, like, they basically tend to pillage the region before they do sieges, which does give you a bit of a chance to level up. I think that may be something where the balance isn't quite right with the game, and I would prefer that to actually work the other way, to be honest, and actually sort of have it, if they can besiege and win the game, they should actually rush to do that, but they tend not to. I've just asked Triumph for information about that, but I don't know what that will actually then be. And again, this is an early access version of the game, but oh my god, this is so polished with what we're sort of seeing, what everything that actually does happen here. It's incredibly good. So just see if they will come through. Yeah, we did actually got our wall breed. We might, if we've got money for it, we might just go back and grab a second wall breed. And And so this is how we would then have to rebuild. But in reality, I'm too far behind now. I'm just not. It's going to be a long grind down to a unless they can break through somehow. Just leave all them where they are. We'll just end our turn. Will they come through? There's more units building up. Just do a few more end turns and just sort of see if what they do. No, they're not going to be moving because it's a stalemate. But overall, eventually they will. Eventually they'll probably end up coming across over to here and taking our city back over this side. So Solaria. They're going to have a lot more armies than what we're just seeing through this side as well. So they've got like their different heroes. They're waiting out here. We're waiting down there. It's a bit of a... what's it called? A Mexican standoff or whatever it is? I think that's what it's called. I hope that's not some sort of inappropriate statement, but anyway, that's sort of I think that's what it's called. Where basically there's no one, we can't really come outside and they can't come inside. So that's sort of where we are with the actual where we are in the game. So it would mean that we'd have to then sort of start to build up slowly again, and then try to find a way to take over what Artica is doing. But in reality, she can just now outproduce us, exponentially. So what I think I might do now is I'm going to surrender the game, and then we'll have a look at the end screens and have a look to see how things do go. But that one battle that we did play out really was the end of the game for me. So let's just go across. We'll surrender. So you're about to surrender the game. Your cities will become independent and sink into anarchy, and your armies will disband. Are you sure? Yes. This way we can sort of look at the graphs and so on and so forth. Okay, we've got no more free slots. Okay, so we can just actually, that's interesting. You can't do that. Like, this is probably something that will be changed. I'll just go and cancel the save file. So it failed to save because I've got too many other save files everywhere else. Okay, so if we'll show the journey. And so you can sort of see through here that there was 3 of us that were sort of playing. We've got like a very dark red color. It's very hard to see it. But we were sort of middling along with the other normal players. Artica was always miles out in front and just continued on. So that's the overall rankings. And we were sort of middling along. If we have a bit of a look and see what happened with the diplomacy ratings in through this side, again, we were fairly sort of low with what was going on down through that side. God, it's hard to see that red. Really hard to see the red. Okay, we've got the economy ratings. Our economy wasn't bad at different times, so the economy wasn't terrible. We did actually manage to build that one back up over time. And the expansion rating, we started to sort of build back up, but we really, like, Artica was always going to be ahead of us. Military ranking, you can see there we actually didn't do as badly as I thought until we lost that battle a few turns ago. And that's really, God, I've got the light shining in from outside. It's the one time of the morning where the light comes straight in through one of my windows and hits the screen, and so it's hard for me to see it. But we were doing pretty well up until we lost that battle. Losing that battle completely changed the complexion of the military, and so that became a real big problem for us. And then research-wise, we were a long way behind. So we were about level with the other players, and so the other players, if you remember at the start of the game, they were set to normal, but Artica was set to hard by the actual way that we had constructed the game, and also had come in with 3 different other cities already under her control. And we can see this when we start to play back. If we just go back through to the overall ranking, not that it matters that much, but we can sort of pull back on the actual map itself and have a bit of a look to see what actually happened. So this is what she directly controlled at the back end of the game. And if we sort of scroll backwards, we can see other things sort of coming in through this one as well. So at the start of the game, she controlled these 3 in through here. There was like one player had this one over through this side, and then this one here, Kenna Luna, had this one over this side. We were on the underground, which is under here. So we controlled this location just in here. All right. So at that point, as we start to sort of go forward, we then expand a little bit. We might as well just look at ours. We then get Breccia back over this side and turn 25-ish, 26. And then after that, we then sort of start to then, like around about turn 40, I think by that stage, this is now about as far as we're going to sort of see underground here. By this stage, the other two have already been wiped out. Let's just go back and have a look at it from the overworld. So as things sort of develop, everyone's sort of expanding fairly well, but she's got 3 cities to expand with. And then the wars will start about now. You can see there's been an expansion out this way from this particular player, from Sangrella. Has built like another city right on the edge of Artica cities, which then sort of leads to the war sort of starting between there. That gets wiped out in the war. And then this one city is sort of building up. Artica cities are still building up not very, very nicely. Now, as we come across, we then wipe out in one sort of stroke. We end up taking all of this city, and pretty much at exactly the same time, she also ends up destroying that city. So she's now got more cities than what she can really sort of control properly. I think she lets a lot of them go back. Now, at that point, she actually releases a number of the cities. So she releases 2 of the cities, which means that she's left with 2 cities back in through here, but that means that she may have another city underground. Yeah, she has. So she's built another city back over under here, and so that's her 3rd city. And so she'll still, the others have all been released as vassals. It doesn't sort of show you the vassal cities, and then it just goes through basically at that point. We don't see anything else until the end of the game, where we then get destroyed, and then she has another outpost back over here as well, which we saw her build that, and she changed that outpost to a city as well. It's interesting. So she's now got 4 cities. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so she ended up picking the 4th city up through there. It's always interesting to see what the AI does get to do, but this is the orders essentially back in through that side there. But it's that's the game, and so we can see sort of time by time what actually does go on. So if we go back through to that city there, so this is actually just from our perspective. That's all we get to see. Rune of Industry. Yeah, that's our progression back over this way. I don't know if we can actually pick the... No, we can't pick the others to see what actually happened from their perspective. Maybe if we go back up and have a look and see when they fell. Yeah, so Sangrella has been has withdrawn to the astral void at that point in time and has been defeated. So we do get to sort of see those sorts of more global type information on the other side there. But what a great game! It's just incredible. It is incredible, the game. So anyway, that's where it all is now. This is the back end of the game where we've got all of these independent cities now that are sort of sitting around. Oh, it's so damn good. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the series. Yeah, I'll probably upload a lot of these pretty close together, so that at least there'll be a lot happening with the actual uploads around the launch of Age of Wonders 4. I'll catch you next time. This is a fun one to play, actually. I'm glad I played it, because even though I lost badly in the end, I was able to sort of show the strength and weaknesses, I guess, of the AI, and I guess different ways of how you can sort of then try to attack it. But you certainly saw there, depending on how you set up your game, it can either be brutally difficult or it will never be easy. But like in this case, it was too much for us to sort of go up against Artica without really being able to build up properly, and we just couldn't do that. So anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Oh, hang on, by the way, sorry, I will just go back out, because what I will do before we do get going is if we just go back down to exit the game. Oh, hang on, if I just go surrender again. So you sure? Yes. Oh, hang on. Surrender. Yes. Oh, sorry, it's already done it, I think. If we just go exit the game, just go back out to the menu. And what we'll then find is that we then will have in our Parthenon, we get like a whole lot of points for the Parthenon. And so in this case, I don't think I've got enough to go to the next level just yet. So we don't quite have enough just yet. You get points for different things, and this is sort of how you then get different unlocks in through this site. In fact, I do have some unlocks. I can sort of get like a wizard's banner icon, so it unlocks a new icon for use for your faction's banner. Or we've got a wizard, this one through here as well, a barbaric warlord banner icon, which actually that one looks pretty good. I don't mind that one. Or we can go with a knight's cape. Unlock a new hero cape customization. So you get these, and you do tend to get unlocks with this one. I have to be at level 8 to get this particular unlock. I'm at level 6 at the moment. So, and you got the points we get, you know, improved house allegiances, hero gained a level. We did that 5 times in our game. Houses were vassalized, we did that twice. The tomes were unlocked, we unlocked 4 of them. Only 4, wow, I thought we did more than that. One city was conquered, empire defeated. We did defeat 1 empire. Hero defeated, so we did that once, and destroyed an infestation twice. So that's basically all we actually did in the game. We didn't do a hell of a lot, to be honest. But anyway, that's sort of where we are. I think I might go. I'd quite like to look at this wolf one. Let's just go and grab that. So we now unlock that one. So that's how we're spending our points, and that's done. And then the next one that we're going to be unlocking is the realm of city-states. So this realm prohibits the forming of interconnected empires. Instead, great city-states dominate. The local free houses are powerful and prideful, but contribute much to those that earn their allegiance. So this is sort of where, the more you play the game, you're going to be unlocking different ways of playing the game, which is fantastic. So anyway, I think they've just done the overall balance of the game is just exceptional. Really appreciate what Triumph has done and Paradox have done with this absolute gem of a game. It really is just mind-blowingly polished at launch, which I've never seen before in an Age of Wonders game. Like, this is just next level stuff. It really is amazing. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. Please consider liking and subscribing if you do enjoy this content, and also there's links down below to all my various socials, and I don't have very many socials, to be honest. I don't tend to use much social media, but certainly for my merchandise and Patreon links, etc. Thanks for watching. I will catch you next time. I will be doing a lot more content. I'll probably be doing it like an in-depth tutorial as well, I think. I'll catch you then.